This is
We're
music.
live, Sean.
This is new for us today.
I see your face.
You do?
Sean, we're live.
I don't hear the music, John. John, you have to step in. I don't hear any music. Do you see another person's face?
I see John. Here.
We're
John,
live.
can you hear me?
We're live.
John is talking.
Goodness.
John, I don't hear you. I don't have any audio. Yeah, John, I can't hear you. I won't be able to do an interview. Can you fix this? John, I can't hear you at all. Do you want me to log? Okay, all right. With that, good evening, Bobcat Nation. Welcome to another edition of the BOBCAT Blitz Sports Update. My name is Shocker Patrick. We're coming to you live from the Narramore Soccer Complex. That's right, it's soccer time again. We had how much of a break? Just a few months. We're back at it. No, I'm just kidding. They never take a break, folks. Little audio issues right there. We'll try to get that fixed by next episode. We will have John Rongs. Keep an eye on us from his live StreamYard studio. We do appreciate that. We're going to have Coach Ryan on in just a moment. Hopefully we can get him on here today. Next, we're here for a reason because we're at the end of the year now. We all know high school sports are coming to an end. We've got one remaining, the very successful Norfolk High School track and field program. They're going to states. That's right, 20-plus years that we know of that we qualify for states. Great job, all our athletes. We have both individuals and teams going. The 4x800, again, crushing it. We have another great 4x800 team, so I can't wait. That's going to be this Saturday. That's going to be Jacksonville at University of North Florida. We'll get you some results. On so far? Yes, sir. We're getting cut off everywhere. But we're here tonight because one of my most favorite organizations in Northport, one of our most successful ones, Northport Youth Soccer here at Narramore Complex. I'm going to have the brains of it all. Come on in here, Coach, and put you right here. We've had this gentleman on before. Coach Shoji, how you doing today, sir?
How are you?
All right. Very familiar face here. Coach, what's going on today? Why am I even out here today? I'm glad the timing worked out perfectly.
You know, if you are working in a youth environment, you understand the first week of May is the tryout week. And this is our second day of tryout. Yesterday we have a tryout with the girls. And today is the full 3 fields, full with the boys.
You stay here. I'm going to pan out real quick. We're on the big field right here. Let's get this out of here. All right. You're fine. You're fine. Keep going. What's on the far corners back there? That's the Glen Allen over there. What do you got there, Coach? What age group is that?
This is the U14. This is actually 2 teams. We have 2 teams for U14, for 2014. I'm sorry, 2014 group. It's the Coach Anthony and Coach Gabi over there. The next to them is our little ones. They were last season. They were as a future stars. Now they are the true competitive U9.
How about the back corner over here?
The biggest group here is our U13. We have the biggest turnover. They are warming up right there.
Okay.
On the shade because
we
just started from doing the dynamic warm up. So this is the group is going from the transition from 9v9 field to 11v11 field.
Oh, that's the big
And
one then.
behind
And then
us-
our last one here, right
Behind
beside
us is the U10 group,
All right.
which is actually also great group with the big number of the boys, excellent coaches. And behind me, it's the team I used to coach last season. It's my U11 boys team. Also, we're gonna have more than 2 teams right here. The
That's fantastic.
35 plus
I
kids
just
registered.
Stay put, don't move. All right, there we go.
We're gonna have.
All right, slow down, Coach. Hang on. We got to unpack a lot here. That's a lot to talk about here. So hang on. You have. Let's start with the smallest. What's your beginning age group?
The beginning age group
Let's
is the
hear.
Future Stars,
Future Stars,
which is the U8.
So you could be 6 or 7. Is that roughly what it is?
Right,
How it works?
6 and 7, and it's not too competitive. So we just first steps.
Excellent.
You know, the players and parents who are willing to go play competitive soccer. You know, this is their first step to go this.
And you'll go up to what's the oldest they can play in the youth league here?
Yeah, the oldest, usually U19, and we have both.
Oh wow, you go that far up?
Yes,
Okay.
both boys and girls. We have U19 groups.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All the time I thought you stopped at 8th grade and they went to high school.
No,
So you go all. So you're a full age group. You're full school,
Uh-huh.
kindergarten all the way up to past graduation. Then
Yeah, we had 22 competitive teams last season,
22.
and I
Look at
expected more because we didn't lose any groups.
And then you also have a recreational division.
And then
Is that separate from today?
and that's we are actually like really great recreational club, and Florida Youth Soccer Association gave us award last season before last already,
Yeah.
with the state recreational club of the year.
So let me repeat that, John. If you can hear that, and I mentioned to John off camera how successful this program is and why I love highlighting it.
All right, check.
You won,
one,
I
two.
believe, actually
Check,
2
1,
of
2.
this year, like medium or small town or big town league of the year, something to that effect.
No, there's
some kind of award like that.
which I like the Florida not separate on the big or large
Oh, okay.
or small or little. No, they are going to give us the leagues.
Okay.
We will pick the league which will better fit. And this year, club make a good turnover to the US club.
Okay.
But
you won some award for being one of the best leagues in the whole state of Florida.
We're gonna play in
and you're going up against
NPL.
some pretty big, serious leagues. You know, Tampa,
Yeah.
Fort Myers, Orlando, Jacksonville, Miami. You know, Fort Lauderdale. Those some big leagues here. So the secret of Northport is not really a secret anymore, is it? The word's gotten out. We are a club city to be reckoned with.
Yes, like my job is just people understand we are good.
Yeah,
you don't need
and you've been good for quite some time. Let's be honest. I know you guys. I'll tell you a little history lesson. I know you guys because we used to use this field. You might still do it for high school. Back when I was assistant coach, 2010, 15 years ago, ish, give or take. You know, and we used to they had a partnership with the high school. We could use this field during the daytime. We play the games at the stadium. So I knew back then because I came to Northport in 2008. I'm like, wow, there's some really good talent. You've got international coming here, living here. We got, obviously we got a big Ukrainian population, Serbian, Hispanic. It's all sorts of cultures out here bringing their love of the game and their style. They might have learned that from whenever as a kid and all that. So can you speak more about that? Like, it's not just one dominant population. You have several kids from all over the place playing out there.
Yeah. Now we're going much wider than Northport. So like even today, I recognize some faces from Sarasota who used to play different clubs in Sarasota.
Oh, you're poaching other cities.
Coming to us and trying out.
That.
And it's nice. You can clearly see on the shirts, which they wear with the different clubs' names. And this is, you can see like what these kids came from. There's no other way than split tryout in the two different groups. Who are you looking for? 2015. Right there.
Coach, you're gonna need an event organizer next year for this. You guys, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get some yard signs.
So we just.
This is impressive, Coach. I really off camera. I was telling you, I thought it was gonna be like a team or two here. I'm like, you got sign-ins, you got paper sign-in, the pen to the back.
We have more.
You got it going, man.
More signs this year than last year, and last year we have more than previous year, and it's going over and over. It looks like board of directors doing a good job here.
Yeah,
and that's why it's growing. And honest with the parents. And what I said, my job is to explain people there's no point to looking for the greener grass. You are in the right place and in the right hands in the coaches growing, going to
And
education.
you no doubt have a vision of where you want this program to be. How long have you been with this program as the director, or I don't know if you're director of talent or coaching, whatever
Yeah,
title
director of
is.
coaching. It's my third contract, so the 3 years.
Oh, 3 years
basically.
now. Okay.
Before I was the coach of the team. I was coaching U19, coach U11, and go up and up. I was coaching to the both boys and girls, so there's not a problem. And now, as you know, we have a women's team in summertime.
And we're going to get to that pretty soon here. I'm going to make sure we can get heard out there. So, Coach, I got to talk. So you're doing it for 3 years. What? I'm sure the first year you came in, you had each year you had some more thoughts and all that. Where do you think you are right now in is your third year or fourth year now?
It was in the middle of the season, so yes, the technically fourth season.
So what are you seeing this year compared to last year? Like where are you at in your plan, your vision? Because this place is getting pretty big and it's getting well known. Obviously, you just said how we're getting talent coming from other cities now. Where are you on your path? Like, are you right where you thought you'd be, ahead of schedule, behind? What do you think?
The vision is super simple. I really believe in education. I really believe in the mix, blended method of the American system and European system, because soccer obviously came from Europe and really popular in Europe. So I created the club model, the club periodization plan, club structure. And step by step this year we're gonna implement with all coaches, which I made the meetings with the coaches, I explained why it's important, and we are going to do the individual plans, team development plan, follow the periodization plan, provide the feedback, and player evaluation every 6 weeks. So this is the big structure which give us a lot of information about how our kids progress.
Let's talk about it for a minute, Coach. So this sounds very professional level. You're going to have evaluations per player. You're going to have meetings. Wow, this is not my generation's level. Going back to the 80s, I was one of the first Floridian. So back then it was just good luck, kid, have fun. It wasn't anything. This is very high level out here. So if a parent's watching for the first time, and I know they've seen the links to this program because we've had it everywhere. We've seen it everywhere. And the kids talk in school. They talk in school. That has to speak to a level of like they're getting their money's worth. It's not just throw a kid out there, spend money, and see what you get. You're getting a pretty good bang for your buck. You're getting quality coaching. What would you say to the parents who haven't decided to sign up yet? Like, what makes you different than, say, a Port Charlotte League or a Venice League, some of our neighboring cities?
Honestly, I don't like to talk about the different
not negative. How about a positive? Not negative.
But like what I can say, what we offer. We have a club coach, we have a goalkeeper coach, we have a college liaison, which I connected club with the really good guy, and he's the coach in the college. He has a lot of connections, so I want to continue education. I don't want them to stop in U19. I want them to find the college, got the scholarship because of soccer. And we have a club coach, we have a technical director in the club, so we offer a lot of things which other clubs cannot offer. And at the same time, again, big thanks to board of directors, we keep our program pretty low.
And Coach, I'm guessing you had them before you even came in here because your experience overseas. I'm guessing you picked up quite a bit. You probably did your craft and trade overseas, so you already had an idea coming to Northport what you need to bring us from a city level to a high level. What you need. So the college. Let's talk about the college liaison. Is that the one I met up in the thing last summer? I think it was Ave Maria area around that.
Yes, this is the assistant coach in Ave Maria University.
We're losing you. Yeah, you stay put. His coach is ready to go out there and play. I can tell. He wants to go out there. He wants to go.
My team is right there.
You want to scout some talent out here? Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I'll tell you, Coach. Walk on the field. I'm like, I want to play again. I'll make it 1 minute. So yeah, you had an Ave Maria gentleman. I met him over the summertime. So how important is that for a program to know that you have a college liaison that can help talk about what it takes to go from the high school to the college level? Because that is a big deal. Because Norfolk High School, we do get on occasion we get college kids. Obviously Miss Gregoire, she's off to the Texas Tech, I believe. Yeah, that's a big time program. So, what a recruiting bonus that has to be.
Just talking back a little bit about our college liaison.
Look at this.
We started.
There we go. Right on cue. There you go, buddy. There you go.
We started this last season. to see how we can implement, which we did this on-field session, we did off-field session, provide information, there's simple things like how to write email, they start from there. Start way before your soccer skills, because you might be the best player in the world, but when you are contact the college, you have no answer on that, so in this case, it's important to understand how to find the right place to send email, and what you're gonna include in email. What highlights the coaches.
So you're teaching life skills beyond just the field. You're teaching how to be almost like a business model, how to approach the resume,
yes, exactly.
What program fits for your budget and your skill level. That's fantastic.
That we discussed with Coach Eddie, and I really, he's the top knowledgeable guy, and like I want to be around. Somebody who's better than me, then I'm going better.
That's
then
fantastic.
I'm pull the coaches for this level. So that is how I believe. That's why I said I believe in education, because as more educated you are, as more things you connect to you, as more things you can share to the coaches. And
these are great things to hear, because again, we're a high school predominantly show, so for us to hear these kind of skills coming in, it's not, like I said, it's not just drop your kid off and go run around for an hour or two a day. Can you talk about, though, let's get to the nuts and bolts here. So today's team, like whatever age group it is, when do they start their season proper? Like, when is their first game? Is this full 11s on 11s? Is it 7-on-7s?
Yeah, there's
what kind of format we're talking about here?
Because of the different age groups, it's going to be different rules in different fields. So I could start with 4v4, they're going 7v7, then going 9v9, then going 11v11. Super simple, and it depends of each group, it depends of the league, different rules, different time for the half times, so like it's all everything different.
Do they tailor it because of the summer weather to a different thing? It's too hot, the kids going around?
No, it's because of the
ability level of their bodies and their size.
The rules, there's Florida rules, which they follow usually, FIFA rules, so it's normal, and it's like there's nothing much change. Even we change organization, we are under, but it's still the same rules, like the same rosters.
What would you say? We talked all season long about our youth programs, the safety issues, because soccer, we have two things to talk about. We talk about the dehydration because it's Florida, and the concussion protocols in our other sports. What do you have in place for parents watching? Like, they got all the safety things ready to go. What do you have in place for that?
Look, every coach before start season, every coach in the field, every coach you see there with the Fusion logo over there. We passed our requirements, including safe sports, including concussion protocol, including background check. So all coaches know what to do when concussion happen. Every coach understand, and we have a lot of experienced coaches. So living in Florida, I'm not Floridian, but I feel I'm Floridian. So you clearly see who needs water, and the water breaks is the part of the practice, part of the games. I tried, if possible, not put the game time for 12 p.m.
3 o'clock.
But it's really really hard to do it because another team, when you discuss.
Coach, when I was younger, before we knew any better, we would purposely play at 12 because we thought it would give us more endurance and stronger. And I used to do a lot of crazy, like I used to do rugby and stuff like that. This is back, we're talking 80s and 90s. Before we knew the science behind proper hydration. Core temperature being too high, things like that. We would purposely run, play tennis, play whatever, 12 to 2 o'clock, just because we thought we gave it an advantage.
I prefer to play all game at 8 a.m.
Exactly.
First thing in the morning. Because the away team needs to travel, and sometimes they travel over an hour. There's no one going to give.
How many games are you? Let's do the U14 or U15 team. What would their schedule be like this year, this season coming up here?
I really ask our coach, because we can manipulate the numbers of the games. Let's say the tournament, the seasonal games, it's about 14 to 16 games. But I really want every team play close to 30 games, which I analyzed all the games we played. Most of the players play 30 games. So
how long was that stretch up from when to when, roughly?
We start season in the mid of July, and we go until the end of April. So almost 1 year, 10 months.
I'm okay. I'm sorry. I got you now. Okay. I thought it was just a summer league only thing going on. You're talking the whole season. I apologize. I'm learning something new here. Wow. There you go. So you probably seen from all May and June, and then July is you get revved up.
No, we off on Monday. Actually, this is the one session, the next session on Thursday, and then we give the kids off. So because they just finished the season. We 2 weeks ago we finished recreational season. And some of the teams still playing. Like, let's say this weekend, my U14 boys team, we won FSPL league. You know, we just
Yeah, and I want to talk about that in a minute. So you're under 14 boys recreational team. I saw that there.
no, the competitive.
Competitive. I can't keep track of this. I need a board. We have to get a board next time. We're gonna point. What are we talking about? You got. I don't know how you keep track of it, Coach. That's crazy. Let's shift gears a little bit here. I did want to talk about the other star of the show in town, and that's not just your competitive recreational league, but talk to the world. People don't know about this. We have something really special here, and I screw it up every time. I keep calling it single A, like single A baseball in the old days. It's not single A, but it's the first level for the national.
It's actually the third level of the women's
to go
structure.
up or down. Yeah. So what's it called?
It's the highest amateur league, with semi-professional league. You can call it semi-professional or amateur league, women's premier soccer league, WPSL league, and we are so proud to have a team in Northport because Florida has only 8 teams in the whole state of Florida.
Let's stop over there, Coach. So there's 8 teams total. We're one of them. If I remember correctly, Cape Coral shut down last year. So we are what's the closest team you have?
We have actually a team in Naples. They call it the Dutch Lions.
Okay, so Naples, that's still an hour. Guys, if you didn't know about this is a big deal to have the only, again, I'll call it single A, but semi-pro. What is the age group that you can get on, and what time they cap it off? Maybe they don't quite understand the dynamic.
There is no cap, so that you can play if you are turning 60. It doesn't matter. You know, just need to compete. It's kind of like really close to professional. They actually announced that one of their league is going to be the professional next season. But the minimum age is 15, which I really don't want to put the 15-year-old girls playing against adults. But we had last season, we have few girls who was practicing with us this age.
Good.
And you know, this is the part of our youth program, and it's another opportunity for the girls during the summer. This is on the summer league during the summer to see where they stay and, you know, what their level.
And I remember correctly, Coach, a lot of these young ladies were college level players.
Yeah. So this league is for the college girls, or for the girls who wants to go into college, or for the girls who wants to go professional and want to be fit before they sign or find the club.
And last year, I know we had, I want to say Abby Esther, was she on the team last year?
Yeah, she
was one of them. I forgot the other. So you told me off camera you're anticipating this year we'll have another trend where Northport High School soccer girls might be on this team as well.
We have girls from Northport area, because again, this is the idea of this program, is they bring our girls to the college level. Of course, we need stronger players, but they're gonna be the mentors for younger ones.
Yeah.
And U18, U19, U17 girls team is gonna be join that team like during the summer, travel with us and see the level.
Check that out.
I have 2 teams in Miami.
Coach, that's fantastic.
I have 2 teams in Tampa. I have 1 team in Orlando, 1 team in Jacksonville, which is professional team, and it was the best game we played last year against the best team. You know, so it was clearly.
So again, parents, if you're watching, if your daughter's going into high school, you know, with the Northport Fusion influence, what a great time. I love it because as a former teacher, I love when a young person like that who's got the skills is going to be exposed to a higher level from not just the state of Florida, but they're coming in from all over. Didn't you have a couple of people from overseas that came in and played for us?
We had last year. Yeah. You know, we had 6 or 8.
I want to say, Scotland, England, Brazil, something like that.
It was Australia, a girl from New Zealand 2 years ago. We had some English girls. You know, so this year I will do a little bit different because I appoint Coach Eddie as a head coach. And I'm doing off the field stuff, you know, because the season starts next Monday. And,
wow, it's already here.
It's pretty short, yes. So it's pretty short. So Eddie Villarreal, the Ave Maria University coach. He's working on the on-field. So we discussed the program. I see his plan. I like this plan. And the idea is because we have some players, some girls from our club, and I'm always there. So like I want to give them another vision, you know, another coach, another style, another strategy, another formation, something like they can widen in their vision of soccer.
And Coach, what I like to hear about is you're not possessive. You understand the value of diversity of training methods, diversity of strategy, diversity of gameplay, diversity of mindset as well. It's not just you do it my way or else. I love that. We would like to come on later on in the year and try to get some of those Northport High School girls on the show if that's possible. I'd love to do that.
We're gonna play in Northport High School Stadium. You know, the same as the last year, the same as 2 years ago. I believe it's a great experience, great field, great stadium, great announcer.
Oh, look at that. There you go. Flattery gets you everywhere. Now, guys, have you heard that? They have been using Newport High School Stadium for the last, it'll be our third season now? Fourth season?
The third season, yeah.
So, guys, that's a great, now, I won't lie to you guys, the daytime games are very hot. Fans, you got to come out with them. But you have a couple evening games I thought I saw.
Yes,
I think
we
some
have.
7 o'clock games.
I don't have a schedule now with me, but you know, the whole schedule gonna build with the opponent.
Okay.
You know, so like if I like to play at 7 p.m., it doesn't affect that opponent want to come at 7 p.m. And during the late June, we are expect the lighting, and then we're gonna reschedule game.
Sure. So be flexible. What you're saying, be flexible.
Be flexible, but more safety.
Yeah.
Play at 3 p.m. You know, before.
I talked to one of the referees one time. We had a heat advisory during one of the games. I'm like, how are you guys doing? He's like, well, we'll stop every 15 minutes. Like, every 15 minutes, the feet supportive soccer. You got to keep that thing going.
There's the specific rules for that.
Of course, because good safety-wise, we don't want the inner core getting too bad. So, and I know, Coach, you heard the news. There's going to be a men's team version down in Charlotte coming through. Did you hear about that? Charlotte area. I know it's not part of us, but
yeah.
So,
I hear about that. They played their first season, as I know.
Oh, they do. So we got 2 years ahead start on them. But I hope one day we can partner together somehow. I don't know. I don't know if they're in the same universe, but you know, we'll see how that works.
See, we'll see how they work. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be success because there's good guys working that team, and they have a really good goals. You know, for building that team. So the men's is really hard. You know, so I'm so proud to
I hope it lasts. Well, I think you guys have a great plan that you made it. I'm not a businessman at all, but I know the first 2 years are the hardest. If you make those first 2 years, your odds of success get better and better. So now you're on year 3 of this professional team. I mean, we always need sponsors. We always need fans. Where could they find that information? Now, what website you can give us?
Our administrator. He built that WPSL page on our website.
Excellent.
So you can you can find there's the sponsors package, you can find the schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, so like now is everything in one website. And
so that's on the Fusion's website?
Yeah,
you can get a link there.
If you type it, Northport Soccer is going to be first.
So Northport Soccer, okay.
First website you can see. You know,
all right, excellent. I can't wait. I know we're going to have 3 games. I heard the 4th game's going to have to be here, the first game, because of graduation. Oh, I told you about that. I was like, oh, no. So that's okay. We'll have 3 home games in the stadium. We'll have the music, the lights, and all that, whatever time of the day.
We have 3 games only if we're not going to playoff.
Oh,
because the playoff going to be at home.
Have you decided to do the playoff?
No, I mean if you're going to be
look at that. All right, man. It'll be my first time announcing a semi-pro professional playoff game. That'd be a great thing to put on my resume. Well, Coach, you know how much I love this program. It's just the reason why I tell John about this is because you guys do such a great job funneling kids into Northport High School.
Yes.
You know, I since the day I got here, I knew you had coaches that would go coach for Northport High, the players would go play for Northport High School. It's one of our best partnerships, I think, at the varsity level, coming out of the youth leagues.
That's why it was really important for our U14 boys, which is going to be the U15 boys, and most of these players they are from Northport High School.
Right.
They won the FSPL Division 1, so
that's awesome.
They are the champions of the league. They first time ever played.
That's great.
And it was hard because we beat the Miami team in the semifinal. And we beat the team who was the regular season in the final.
So you're saying we got a good team coming up?
Yes, you have a definitely great team.
You hearing that? Yeah, because we had a little hiccup this year. Year before we had some district, both men's and women's teams. So we're used to Northport High School soccer. We're used to a standard of districts or else. You know, that's like our standard. We're not like, oh, I hope we get there. We get there. That's our definition. So I love hearing that we're going to have a year or 2 from now. They're going to be just coming through and bring us back up.
Our technical director of the club is going to be the JV coach.
Oh, there you go.
Take this group of kids to their
I love it.
And you know, we're excited, and you know, like we need to be ready for that because the high school season starts in late October. Before late October, we're gonna have about like 12-15 games.
Wow, there you go. Do you have any fundraisers for the summer? I know you said you're breaking here for a little bit.
For the summer, we have 2 summer camps, June and July. June camp is going to be from June, I believe, 10 to 16 here at Narramore Complex. It's 4 hours camp.
4 hours. You hear that, parents? Your kids
4 hours, but every day.
They'll be nice and tired by the time you pick them up. 4 hours every day. They'll be zonked out in no time.
So that's basically our fundraiser for the women's team.
Excellent.
Because I'm gonna use our most experienced college girls. And you know, sometimes
you hear that? So camp, you get to have college kids come here, and that's fantastic.
They're gonna be the coaches, and sometimes
my goodness,
it's easier to beat the barrier between coach and players when the little girls see the the same girl, just bigger.
That's right.
You know, and
what a great role model for them to see.
So
what a great message to see.
That was that's exactly. This is the message for the girl. Like
That's
I can
awesome.
be the same as her.
Man, I can't speak highly enough of what I'm hearing here, Coach. I just feel like just within the last year I was here, you guys have taken it up another level. It really feels that way. I can feel it. The parents are here watching on the tryouts. Well, Coach, anything you want to say to the parents who are just thinking maybe on the fence about your program or not? I mean, we all know the popular soccer just keeps growing and growing. This is the time to get in now. You got any?
I would say, like, I would really appreciate everyone who's here, who with us, and I hope to see everyone who's thinking about to join us. We are really building the club, and we want to hear parents. We want to hear your opinion, and we want to engage to the club. So, like, I want everyone have a feelings like we're winning together, we're losing together, but we are staying together.
And you're learning together.
Because basically fusion means family.
That's right. That's it. Well, Coach, I appreciate it. Coach Sergi, thank you so much, man. I'll take this from you. So you don't Hey, I will see you again in early June. I'll see you there. Take care. Take care, Coach. All right, guys. That was Coach Sergi here. We're going to get off their field so they can get back to practice. Thanks, guys. John, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm going to just keep going. John, I can't hear a word you're saying. While I'm walking off the field, though, don't forget, guys, we still have signs available, the yard signs that the project graduation is selling, $25. Looks really good. You can write me on our website, and I'll give you the link for that. Miss Michelle Gore is in charge of that. They'll be on sale probably till graduation day itself. So they got plenty. I think they had 50 they ordered. I think they've got about 20 or so left, I'm guessing.
Coach Ryan, can you hear us?
Here, John.
I can hear you, yes.
All right, Sean. Coach Ryan's on.
How you doing? All right, let's put it right here. We are doing BOBCAT Blitz Sports Update. I'm Sean Patrick. How you doing, sir?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. We highlight the high school programs, but we come out during the end of the year. We try to highlight the youth programs that go into Northport High. So if you catch it, it's called BOBCAT Blitz Sports Update on Facebook.
Okay, I'll check.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Good luck with your kid out here.
Hey, Sean.
Still nothing, John.
John.
I can hear you, Sean. Coach Ryan can hear you. And I can hear John.
So, Coach Ryan, how are things going with you?
Going well. The season's been over now a little bit, but with me, I always got something. So now I'm actually on our second week of football. So finished up one and start another. But things are going well.
That's fantastic. You've got a little bit of action going on out there with football. Got a spring game coming up.
Yeah, we a spring game. It's gonna be a couple weeks from now. We like you said, it's kind of a literally and figuratively a whole new season. So we're trying to put in a whole new offense. A lot of new faces, which is what the spring is for. You know, the kids that know everything, the seniors, they're on to bigger and better things. And these young kids, a lot of them, had a kid today had his shirt on backwards on his pads. So you get from, kids just starting out to players that we expect to step up and do a good job for us that were on the team last year. So it's a fun time, a lot of coaching. I always like the spring. It's short, it's quick, it's intense, and then you got a game at the end there to kind of see what your results are. It's exciting.
It is, and there's some changes within the coaching staff, and that's going to add into some different things, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you got, especially the guy at the top, a new guy coming in, it always brings some fresh ideas, which I think is always a good thing. And then you got some the older guys, more established coaches that've been around a while, worked with a lot of teams, and that kind of gets that solid base also. The best thing I could say is just like our last coach, this coach, he is from Northport. He has played in Northport, and it's finally nice to see that just because the school's been around now, that you're starting to see this pattern, which all these other schools have been around for 50, 100 years. We're starting to get to this where the the kids that went to Northport are now sending their kids to Northport, and we're getting close to that. That'll be the next step. But it's nice to see that people I coached at Northport are now old enough and giving back, and Northport's the place they want to go, and that's exciting.
You know, that's a whole different ball game right now with watching a lot of these kids come back, and kids. I shouldn't say kids. 30-year-olds coming back now. So it's about time that happens, right?
Yeah, it is. And like you said, they're 30-year-old kids, I call them, just like you did, which is laughable. But yeah, I think it's nice to see. It's nice to be a part of. And I probably, quite honestly, wouldn't have been coaching these last few years if it wasn't for those guys that I've seen before and kind of felt a little loyalty toward them. That's kind of kept me coaching longer than probably I would have otherwise. So for me personally, it was a really nice and big benefit for me, let alone for the community and obviously the players also, to have that kind of connection with someone that's been there, done that.
So you do football. Are there any other sports that you're doing?
Well, I just got done with the weightlifting season, the boys weightlifting season.
So give us an overview. Give us an overview on that.
Sure. I think the last time I talked to you guys, we were just starting up like the playoff tournament there. So we started with the district, which was a local event at the Venice High School, which they host that pretty much the last few years. And depending on how you do, you move on to the regionals. And we had 8 lifters that actually made regionals, which I thought was great, being that we only had 1 senior. So that was pretty exciting. A lot of new young guys who just started out actually made regionals, and that was a big accomplishment. And I was really proud of them for that.
Hey, John, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
On now.
Hey, Coach, I'm sorry about why we don't know what happened. I might have missed what you already said already. Can you talk about Mackay? How did he do? I heard he went to states this year.
Well, yeah, just piggybacking on what John was asking me, we got done with the regionals there. And I had eight guys make the regionals. I think we traveled, maybe 9 guys. We traveled 7 because it's a Saturday. It's at St. Cloud High School, Osceola County, which I had to kind of look up where that was at. Not everyone can make that travel on a Saturday all day. So we got 7 guys to go. And Mackay had his best meet at the regional, and he qualified for state, which was super exciting.
And what does he play also? Why don't you tell John that also? The fans might not know Mackay. I know Mackay Bernard. I said his name several times in other sports.
Yeah. He was also he played corner for us on the football team. He was our best receiver on the football team, or one of our best receivers on the football team. And we had him for a couple of years. He came over from another school, and we were obviously lucky to have him. I was certainly lucky to have him for weightlifting.
Will he come back next year as a senior? I can't remember what grade he's in.
No, he actually graduated, and he's going to FAU. That's his plan. Yeah, he's very excited. Yeah.
So, John, this is your second. I'm sorry. You go.
No, it's fantastic. The weightlifting side of things, has that changed now that the weightlifting room is much better than it was in the past?
I could say to a person that our strength has increased across the board. Wow. The girls seem to always be pretty good. I think Coach Miller and Coach Egloff do a heck of a job with the girls, and our boys, to be honest, we got to kind of catch up. But it certainly seems like it's definitely improved, and just with other sports also. I also work a little bit behind the scenes with the basketball. My son's involved in that, and they got a pretty good strength program going there also. And again, it definitely shows, and it shows, especially on a football field, because you show me a really good team, and I'll show you a team that's pretty strong. That's just how it happens.
Yep. Yeah. And it takes a little time to build that. We've only had it, 2 years now?
2 years, yeah.
Yep. So wait until we get a full 4-year cycle of athletes going through the weight room.
That's right, and that's exactly right. To see where these kids even come from in 2 years, it's incredible how much bigger. When I have like my wife stop by who works at the middle school, and she sees these kids as juniors, she can't believe the size of them. they probably gain 50 pounds and they just look completely different physically. And obviously a lot of that is the weight room that they put it in. They put the time and the effort in. Summer times are lifting now, so that gym is open in the summer times for all the different sports that want to utilize that. And that's really the key, is the consistency, and doing it year round is the next piece of the puzzle, I believe. That way you don't have some of these gaps that we used to have because you just didn't have the room in the weight room. You couldn't put too many people in there, where now you can do that.
Fantastic. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, so Coach, I remember last year, I think there's talks about having like period 1 would be football and period 8 would be the ladies. Are they still trying to do something like that in the schedule so the athletes can get that weight room in as well as their on-field performances? I can't remember if that's just doing that or not.
Yeah, I think they kind of did a little bit of that, more than they have in the past.
Good.
I know my son has it 3rd period, and again, it's for the basketball, and those coaches will do a different workout than they did 1st period, which would be predominantly football team. So they are doing that. And just seeing my son, who's a sophomore, he comes home to tell me how much he benched or this or that. So it's certainly working.
Good. I'm assuming they're going to do it again next year. Try to make that tailor-made to the athletic emphasis.
Yeah, it's always up to the powers that be, but it certainly helps. It helps.
Is that a model you've seen at other schools where they try to make that happen for the athletes, so they're not?
Oh yeah, it happens at some of the predominant schools. If you think of like who's the best at certain things, they definitely do that. Like it's not even a question. It's exactly what they do. They commit to it, and that's part of it. You have to have all the pieces committed to it, and that is the key.
Fantastic.
John, I remember them saying how we had a presentation at the SAC committee for equipment for the weight room. They're saying how the overall numbers of kids, not just athletes, but like just regular students, the enrollment's gone up for these weightlifting classes. I didn't know, John, if you knew numbers wise, that's still the case? And I'm sure next year's gonna be even bigger.
I'm sure. I'm sure those numbers have increased. Again, because the capacity is going to increase. And again, I've seen more kids involved in that, and even the kids that want to come to me that are on the weightlifting team want to come after school, participate in weightlifting, and talk about getting in the weight program next year. So yeah, it definitely has been. I've seen it personally more and more people talking about it. I'm at school, so I'm sure that they definitely have their enrollments increasing, and people that want to do that. Which then you can say at that point, it's like you can take. Well, you play sports, we're going to put you in here. We're going to put you in this class, which would definitely, again, kind of take that next step as far as the sporting aspect of it goes.
And, I know, Coach Ron, I don't know if you heard my show at all. I have no idea what you heard or not, but the soccer program out here, I didn't know this. They have, not only is this a regular youth league, but they have technical advisors. They have a college liaison for the upper level students because they go up to high school now. I didn't know they did that either. It's a matter of time before over high school, we get a weightlifting college liaison to get you guys into the college varsity programs, the technical lifters. You had a college kid on a year ago helping out. Are you seeing any of that kind of influence coming down from the college level at all?
Not yet. You'll get some guys for that pass, but some of the guys that we had, they are still young, and they start going to college and school, and they're bright kids and taking some pretty tough courses. So after that first year, they kind of get in their major, and it makes it difficult. But I think there's more. I think it's just becoming a little more. A bigger sport, more parents are starting to get involved, and it's like you don't have to be super athletic to get involved in this, and kids with no strength at all can do this stuff. And I think parents are figuring that out. 'Cause I had a whole lot of young kids, even the ones that weren't on the team per se, but they were lifting with me 4 days a week.
Nice.
Certainly participated in that, and I think they're figuring that out. And I guess the next step would probably, again, the community, you guys. It takes everything, and that's where you'll probably get someone knocking on the door that knows a heck of a lot more than I do, and that certainly would be welcome.
John, you're fighting a situation in Florida. We don't have a lot of college varsity level weightlifting programs that are scholarship level.
Correct.
And, it's almost like when I was a kid, wrestling was the same way. It was always a northern sport. and they finally figured out a way to crack that ceiling down here. Now we got a great Florida wrestling program. I feel like that's what's going to have to happen here in Florida as well. You don't quite have that yet, but I feel like you're getting there. You know, Charlotte County's pretty famous for their lifters. I feel like you said, any day now, a college guy's going to come down here and say, hey, how can I help get your program to a higher level?
Yeah, I think definitely, especially, you know, if they're coaching or doing something up there, I mean, it just would seem to help their club out. I mean, you look at Florida, the population, how could you not bring someone here and try to give them a scholarship? It would be silly not to, because we probably have the strongest guys around.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely.
They did in college football. It used to always be Florida State, Miami, Florida, and all of a sudden these northern schools come down and are taking them now. They realize what a gold mine you have down here. You take it, and they're getting, you know, these. I don't blame Florida kids for wanting to go up north and see in a different country, a part of the country. I get that. You're exactly right. I've got all the talent down here just waiting to be shaped, even at the weightlifting level. I think you're exactly right on that.
Yeah, and I think part of it could be too. There's the dual aspect of it. The colleges do strictly the Olympic lifting, I think, for as far as the scholarship level stuff, and ours is still a combination of powerlifting and Olympic lifting. So, you know, that may be one of the reasons why. But obviously, you know, if I was a coach somewhere at some Division II school up north, I certainly would have came down here. That's for sure.
Well, I gotta leave you on a question here because I know it's getting time here. I also like this part of the show where we talk about what are we looking forward to next year. What are you seeing on your returning kids or your underclassmen? Give us a, you know, don't nail each kid down to a T there, but what are you hoping for next year? Based on what you saw this year?
Well, the biggest thing, I only had one senior, and he made the state, and that was great. So we had a young team, and we had some freshmen that even made the regional meet. So I'm expecting this bigger and better. I'm expecting these guys to just improve, and they're already recruiting some others. So I think we're gonna have a bigger turnout, which is always nice. So that would be awesome. That's what I'm expecting, and that's what I think will happen. I think we'll have a lot more numbers, and a lot of our young guys, they seem pretty excited because they keep bugging me all the time about it. So that's good.
And I remember you telling me, you got to find the smaller guys, 110-pounder guys. They're just as important as the big guys.
I had a kid 94 pounds. He was a freshman, so we'll get him back next year. That's great.
And they're worth more to you than they are the big guys, because there's plenty of those kids
I
around.
was trying to talk to the wrestling coaches to get those guys. I always do it every year, but I found one myself.
Well, John, I'm going to cut off here on my end. I'm going to let Coach Ryan go. Again, I apologize, John. I don't know what happened earlier. I don't know how much I heard or you heard of me. I couldn't quite tell.
It was great. Actually, the transition was good.
All right. Well, Coach Ryan, before we say goodbye to you, Coach, what would you say to the parents out there who are thinking about my kid lifting weights or not? How would you lure them out, and any fundraisers you have for the summer? Let us know those things real quick if you could.
Well, any parents that want to do that, obviously, I would say for anything, the first thing you got to do, and I would check the Northport website, is there's going to be a free physical night in April, which is, May
14th. May 14th, John. It's May 14th. I know that's all going to be there doing vital signs. I know it's May 14th.
I'll probably be there too. So give that date with the 14th. Is that what it is?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
I got me in trouble with one of my lifters because our physical ran out. But that free physical is the first thing. All the paperwork, all the notaries are going to be there. It solves everything. You can't do anything without the physical. You can't work out in the summer. You can't step outside on a practice field. So that is step one. If you go to that, there's going to be all the coaches there from every sport. And as far as the transitioners, 8th graders, you never had to touch a weight. It's easy. It's safe. We got coaches that are there, always supervising, and it's a very welcoming atmosphere. Okay, it's not competitive atmosphere in practices and things like that like you think. It's more of a camaraderie, and even the other schools kind of join together. In fact, this year we rolled up to regionals in a bus with our old nemesis there in the green up north. We shared a bus together, so it's just a different atmosphere.
Stop it!
Yeah, I won't mention the name. Publicly. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
I don't want to. I'm going to be sick. What are you talking about, Coach?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding. All right. Well, Coach Ryan, again, a true fan of the show here. I appreciate everything you do. And I didn't know you helped in basketball. I apprate that as well. You know how much that means to me.
Behind the scenes, I'm more like the team mom. I don't do a whole lot. I don't want to.
Well, thanks, Coach Ryan.
All right. Thank you, guys. John, take care. All right.
So again, guys, if you heard Coach Ryan just now, that's a big deal. I'm going to post it again May 14th. That's in the cafeteria. That's a big crowd, so get there early. And we're going to do your vital signs first. You check in, then your vital signs. Then the doctor will see you. So it's a nice little triage system. So don't feel like if you don't get there a certain time, you got to get there before 7 though, because they'll start shutting the doors on you. So that's very well attended, John. They have 100, 200. I have no idea how much last year was, because it's free physical, and you get put in the school system in terms of your paperwork, like Coach Ryan was saying. So it's a great one-stop shop for you guys. And John, that's going to be it for me. I got nothing else to say. So thank you again for being tolerant and patient with us. A little technical issues on my end. On behalf of everyone in the BOBCAT Blitz, thank you, John Ryan. Thank you, John Rawlings. And thank you, Coach Sergi, for today's episode.
All right. Have a good night.
See you guys.